The target was radar stations, two demolished radar stations on the coast of southern France, outside the city of Toulon. The other squadrons had Marseille, all the cities around the southern France. And our job was to knock out the radar, which controlled the guns. Now, at the time, let's face it, we had no idea of what the radar would do. We were simply told radar stations, the towers, and the buildings, and the buildings underneath the radar. Shoot them up, period. 4 days later, or 3 days later, the invasion of southern France took off. We had no idea that the invasion was coming. We didn't understand that the radar controlled the guns firing out to sea. No idea at all. But it was soon very apparent. Beautiful flight. You come in at 15,000 feet, roll in formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful day, sunshiny day, clear skies, no clouds. And you come in off the ocean and you do a 190 and you see the radars over there. And so you bank nice and slow and easy. You're only doing about, what the hell we came in? 210, 220. Nice and easy for a glide. And as you start gliding in from 15,000 feet, you pick up speed. And as you pick up speed, all of a sudden ahead of you, you see these little black specks. And somebody says, well, we got flak coming. As you drop tanks, you reach up ahead, the switch, and everybody drops tanks. 16 airplanes drop tanks. I hit my switch, the damn thing jiggle, the damn tanks don't come off. I had to kick the rudder back and forth, then they drop. By the time they dropped, my flight was about 400 or 500 yards ahead of me. So I got to pickups, increase the speed. So by the time we go start firing within 1,000 yards, we're doing about 350, 400. We're picking up speed. And as we fire, we knock hell out of the damn thing. You can hear, and at the same time, all across the front of the shore, see the little black specks, the little red specks. All this. In fact, I got a picture of it in my book. You can see the stuff coming back at you. And I drew a picture showing it. I remember that.
That's got to be an intense experience. You hear the pops, you see the smoke.
And
when did you know you got hit?
Well, when I went right across the top of the target, approximately 200 feet, something, boom. And there's a hole in the top of the glass, right, the plexiglass is a hole. Fire came up out of the floor. The damn shell had hit and come right straight through. And I'm on fire. Fire came up out of the floor. I had gloves, oxygen mask. But ironically, out of all the training, of the 9 months of training, and afterwards, you never had any training on how to bail out. The war is going on. Things are going too fast. Now, later on, they had ejection seats. None of this, no ejection seats. In other words, climb out, fall out, bail out. So I'm going too fast. Ironically, to myself, I think about this afterwards. Why did I pull back on the stick to get some altitude? And at the same time, rack in some forward trim tab with your left hand if you turn loose, the nose of your plane would go down. Forward trim tab. Pull back on the stick anyway to get some altitude to bail out. And once you get up here, or as you go up, you reach up and pull a little red knob, and the whole canopy goes off. As you get up, and turn the stick loose. And when you do, the nose drops because of this. I pull back on the stick to get some altitude. And as I go up, you reach up and pull the knob, and the whole canopy goes off. You get up so high, I don't know how high, but hell, I got hot. Fire's coming up out the floor. Turn the stick loose, and when I do, the nose popped because of this forward trim tab. And when it does, you hit these straps with a big buckle. When you do so, these straps come loose, and you're propelled out through centrifugal force. I remember going down through the canopy, and I saw the tail go by with the fire, and I pulled the D-ring, and when I do, I look down, there's trees. I said, oh hell. I thought about being too low. And by the time, bang, the chute popped, and I'm swinging down. And on the first swing, right into the trees. Then I'm busy trying to get loose. And I hear this voice. Ach so, ja, Leutnant. I said, oh yeah, hell yes. The German soldier saw the little gold bar on my collar. I saw the look in his eyes as if to wonder, where the hell is so-and-so and so? Here's this Negro, this black man. I could tell he was surprised. But he saw the little gold bar, and he saluted. I said, okay, hell yeah, okay, no big deal. I'm a POW. That's where it started. Meanwhile, 6 hours later, they brought in Robert Daniels. He put it down in the water, I said before, and they went out and picked him up. So the two of us, escorted by 2 or 3 German soldiers, proceeded to go from southern France by way of cart, by wagon, by train, to Stalag. No, I went to Frankfurt on the Main. No, where I was interrogated to Frankfurt. That's where I got my first meal, and we learned about the Geneva Convention. Thank God. The guy came out with a big book. On the front of the book, it said 332nd Fighter Group, Negro, Red Tail. I was going to draw a picture in my new edition. 332nd Fighter Group, Negro, Red Tails. And the picture, my graduation picture. My graduation picture, 44A. The guy says, Lieutenant, isn't that you? He knew my Chatsey High School, my high school grades. And to tell you the truth, that was enough right there. I clammed up. From then on, what could I say? I couldn't say anything. Well, the Air Corps says, name, rank, and serial number. Bingo, that's it. Name, rank, and serial number. But I soon learned the Geneva Convention. Awfully glad. Now that I think about it, after thinking, well, to tell you at that time, had no conception, no concept of being caught by civilians. But thank God I had been caught by military. I just heard lately, within the last month, of a Tuskegee Airman who was caught by civilians and killed. I learned that after, but while it was going on, I had no idea. Robert Daniels, he was shot down with me. In fact, Robert was in the class before me. I knew him. And because of being class before him, and of course he was shot down. We were in the same flight. I was number 4. He was number 2. Boom. He was over here and I was over there, and we got hit going into the target. And he put it down in the water because he was afraid to bail out. The Germans went out and picked him up, and we went through. We were together on the trip to Stalag Luft 3.